I'm James Navé,
And I'm Allegra Houston.
and welcome to the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week session. We do this every Saturday morning live on Zoom, and after we finish our live on Zoom call, we record another call or another video for you. So that's what we're doing right now.
Out in the courtyard for a change.
Out in the courtyard. We are surrounded by a wisteria. I wouldn't call it a bush. It's more like a wisteria jungle.
It's a vine.
It's a vine. That's
But
right.
anyway,
It's a vine.
we don't need to be
So where were we?
botanical.
Go ahead with what we're up to.
So it's the writing prompt of the week.
That's right.
And this week we will give you an image. And we will display the image on the screen for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
And we will time you as you jot down a list of whatever words come to mind. We do, by the way, recommend that you use pen and paper, not your computer. So whatever words come to mind, they don't have to have anything to do with the image at all. They don't have to have anything to do with one another. Just jot them down, and after the 2 minutes, we will come back together.
And if by chance in the 2 minute period you jot down a phrase or a couple of words rather than one, that's okay. Just keep moving, relax, and your 2 minutes begins when?
Now.
All right.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed looking at that photograph and that it took your imagination into interesting places. Navé actually is the one who took that photograph.
Yeah, that's not just any photograph. That's the photograph of the stairs that lead up to my good friend John Van Hassel's house in Paris on a street called Rue Dauphine. And I've been going to that same flat to visit my buddy John for over 25 years. And I've probably walked up and down those stairs in that 25-year period 1,000 times. And one day I was on the stairs and I looked down and I thought, my goodness, what a drop. And I took that photograph. So it's a treasured photograph for me. So I'm glad you were able to work with it some.
So you now have a list of words, and we're now going to augment that list. When we did this prompt live on Zoom this morning, we asked everybody on the call to give us 2 words from their lists, and with that we created a group list. And the lovely thing about having a group list is that you can borrow or indeed steal from other people's imagination. You don't have to just rely on your own.
Yeah.
And we find that it gives a wonderful feeling of abundance when people are working from the same words, and you hear how the same words are sort of manifesting themselves in so many different
Yeah.
ways in different people's writing.
And on today's call, when Allegra said, "Oh, you could steal," one of the participants held up a book, said, "How to steal." How
Like
to
an
s-
artist. How to
like
steal like an
how to
artist,
steal
it
like an
was
artist.
called.
So we had plenty of instructions on how to steal from our group, which everybody did.
And I will read those group words to you now. Vagina, whip around, galaxy, Led Zeppelin, cathedral, old soldiers, two lovers return, infinite spiral, sun-baked rails, run faster, they're gaining, cochlear Hitchcock, beyond my feets, the treasure within. For every down, there's an up. Patterns in nature. Focus. Soft wheat. Staircase to heaven. Roller coaster down. Vortex. Hell. Sinking. Art. Spidery dragonfly. Everything lacks nothing. Vertigo. Don't drop the baby. Twisted descent. Eye of insanity. Womb. Into the abyss. Polished by use. Iron bars. Contrasting lines. Apertures. Rounding the bend. Gray frame.
So what we would like for you to do is to relax, and we're going to give you 10 minutes to just play around with those words and make something, write
Whatever you
something
like.
down. Whatever.
It's good not to sit down with a really fixed idea of what you're going to write about. You can let your eyes roam over the lists of words until they just sort of land on one and your imagination kind of hooks onto it and decides that it's going to start there. And then you may never return to the list of words again. You may, head off on your own direction, or you may let your eyes come back to those lists and grab more words to work with as you go. So your imaginative mind and your rational mind are dancing together. You haven't abandoned your rational mind. You can't do that. But you can let your imaginative mind lead the dance.
And often in the Saturday morning sessions, people will generate maybe 5 minutes worth of material, and then somewhere between the fourth and the fifth minute, they make some kind of imaginative leap. So they go somewhere else with it. So if you find yourself on one train of thought and then it jumps to another, just follow it. Don't try to edit. Just follow it along and see where it leads. And when the 10 minutes is up, you can pause and reflect back on what you've written.
And we will join you then. So your time starts now.
If what you wrote pleased you, and if you're happy with it and you're thinking, what could I do with that work other than read it aloud, which we encourage you to do,
Even
reading it
just to
aloud,
yourself.
even to yourself. We have what we call the Imaginative Storm Circle, and it's a community online designed for all of us, including you, to post your work.
So here is the imaginativestorm.com page. Scroll down and you'll find the link to the circle here. Once you've created an account, which is free and you can just do with your Google or Facebook ID, you will find yourself here on the Get Started section. And over here, you'll see the prompt of the week. You can click on that and you will find in order this archive of weekly writing prompts. At the top, when you get there, we will have this week's prompt. If I click on that, you'll see the prompt there, and you can post what you wrote by simply clicking on a comment, posting it in the comment box.
When your work goes up, we will see it, respond to it, and so will other people.
And please invite your friends and family to go to the circle to read it. If you would like to join us live on Zoom when we do these prompts of the week, you will find the Zoom link at imaginativestorm.com. We meet at 10 a.m. Mountain Time every Saturday, which is 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, 5 p.m. London time, usually. And it's free. It's open to anyone who would like to join us. All you need to bring is a pen and paper and a willingness to let your imagination explore the prompt, and a willingness to appreciate the work of the other people on the call when we read it out to one another.
And the willingness to enjoy watching everybody smile, because we seem to do a lot of that, and laugh on these calls. Even when sometimes somebody thinks they've written something, oh my goodness, this is a little heavy. There's often humor even in the heaviness. So we're smiling and laughing and writing and having a bit of rigor and joy all at the same time.
There's also pleasure even in expressing something really quite dark, some dark part of your psyche or imagination. Putting it down on paper, reading it out to appreciative listeners who connect with the emotional intensity of what you wrote and take it as a gift that it's shared. So
Quite right.
it's really a very sort of nurturing kind of call, and builds confidence. You'll find, even if you think you're too nervous to read out the work that you wrote, many people think that and then discover that actually they aren't. So we hope you'll join us one Saturday. We hope you'll check out some of the other things that we have to offer at imaginativestorm.com. We have a 10-session writer training on Zoom coming up at the end of October, which still has a couple of places left. If you're interested, you'll find all the details on the writer training page.
And you can always reach out to us if you have any questions. So for now, thanks ever so much for tuning in and doing this work. We really appreciate you being part of our community, and we hope to see you on our Saturday call or somewhere else down the line.
Goodbye.